What is up, everybody? I hope everyone had a happy Halloween. Ryan here with Southern Reptiles. I'm sorry I didn't come out with an episode recently. I took a couple weeks off just to spend time with the family. My wife is so big into Halloween, and because of that, I'm big into Halloween. And we dressed up, we did a lot of events, and went out and did a costume contest. We got my son, we did dressed up as the Flintstones, had a blast. But anyway, we have so much going on at the farm. I got Redfoots laying like crazy. I got Redfoots hatching like crazy. I got Chinese box turtles. I got pardalis leopards. Just a little bit of everything, and it's awesome. So if you are interested, which I know you will be, please subscribe, pump that stock, and also give me the thumbs up and hit the bell notification so you'll see any future content that I post. And there will be future content. I'm not going anywhere. So and the weather is nice right now, which usually brings on a lot of egg laying from different species. The pressure drops and the temperatures cool down, and it makes for a lot of egg laying for tortoises and aquatic turtles as well. So check it out, stay tuned, see what's going on. We got a lot. All right, y'all, I got a beautiful wild corn snake, rat snake that I found on my property. And I obviously do not want to harm this guy. I want to just move it from my chicken coop to a safer spot. I like having these around because guess what? They eat rats. And what do rats eat? Baby turtles. And that's no good for me. But nice color, really beautiful. As you can see, it kind of urinated a little bit in the Tupperware, which is normal. It's just a defense, kind of a defense mechanism and also just when it's scared they'll urinate. But you can see it's a little aggravated, not too happy with me, but I just wanted to move it to a safe spot, so I'm gonna let it go right now. Come on, free to go. There we go. It's amazing how that color blends in when you see it up against the plastic. It doesn't look like it would blend in, but when you're going through dead foliage, brown leaves, red leaves, all different color foliage, that color blends in very well. So yeah, cool snake. Send it on its way. I think it's looking at me like, hey, I want some food. I don't think it's been eating any of my chicken eggs. It's not nearly big enough, but I think it's been probably feeding on pinky rats. I have seen rats and had to kill several rats, unfortunately, and I'd rather the nature, the cycle, do its course than have to kill them with traps. So just keep these snakes around and then they'll do their thing and eat the rats. Okay, so this, in my opinion, by far is the coolest turtle on the planet Earth. They are amazing. As you can see, it uses that little nose as like a snorkel. It will stick it up out of the top of the water and use that to breathe while laying in camouflage. This is the Matamata turtle. If you didn't know, most people know about them. They're somewhat common. They do get big. A disclaimer, I do tell people they can get rather large, upwards of 28-30 inches. So in captivity, I I believe they do stay smaller. I've never raised one to full size in captivity, so I do not know, but I've seen people with them in captivity that have mentioned them being in smaller sizes, 22 inches, somewhere around there. So they vary in size, just like Redfoots also be due to they're found in different areas of South America. So I'm sure different localities, they will be different sizes. This is the Peruvian Matamata, which tend to be, in my opinion, the most colorful Matamatas. This one has a lot of algae on it, just because the tub I keep it in is very naturalistic. This, I just put it in here to film the video. This, you know, its actual setup is not very aesthetically pleasing for filming the turtle. It's hard to see, and the turtle will just bury itself and cover up under the leaves. I keep the bottom all covered in leaves and in the 300-gallon stock tank that I keep them in, and that is what they live in you know, in the wild. They live in leaf litter. They're gonna be found you know, they're found in the Amazon River Basin and Orinoco River Basin, and they recently I changed the classification from not just Chelys fimbriata as a scientific name, but they recognize another Matamata, which is the Orinoco Matamata, Orignensis, I believe it is, Chelys orignensis, but I could be wrong on that, so don't quote me on that for sure, but on the spelling and everything. But yeah, so there's two different subspecies, and this is the fimbriata from Peru. And basically, you know, if you don't know about them, they're an ambush predator. They don't swim around a lot. They basically, as you see, they walk on the bottom. They don't swim around like your average turtle. They're going to be found in a shallow pool of water, and they're an ambush predator where they lie in wait, and they actually have these sensors that come off of their neck and off of the bottom of their chin, and they will detect movement from fish and things like that, and that aids them in catching their prey without actually having to do any work at all. They will just lie there and basically, almost like a vacuum, suck in the you know, fish or whatever they come across in the wild. I personally feed them baby Mayan cichlids, baby tilapia, just some invasives that I catch in a trap in my pond. Also some big rosy red minnows, occasionally goldfish, but goldfish can be not so good for them, especially if you're feeding them goldfish all the time. I've also fed some frozen silver sides. They'll take them. Not all Matamatas will take them. You kind of have to train them to take the fish using tongs and kind of provoking them to take it. And yeah, they're just an awesome turtle. And they, even though they get big, they do not require a huge amount of space because they don't really swim around a lot. And I'm not saying get a Matamata and stick it in a 10-gallon tank and it's good to go, but you know, they don't require a huge enclosure, just because you'll just see basically a lot of eating and a lot of lying in wait to eat, and they'll walk around, but they don't bask. They don't climb out onto a log and sit under a basking light. They'll just sit and wait. And this guy is or guy or girl, I'm not sure at this size, but this one is one of the last ones I have for sale. And it's a beautiful turtle, and give you a little shot of the undercarriage here too. You can just see how beautiful the color is. The sun kind of went away, but you could see that pink, and try not to keep them upside down too long. But yeah, so just a little education there on the Matamatas. I have some bigger ones that are about 14 inches that I'm raising up to adult size, and I have plans for them in the future. I hope to be able to produce them one day. I did not hatch these, I don't breed them, but I hope to add them to the list of turtles and tortoises I've managed to produce in captivity. And they're just fun to work with, and if you have the space and the ability to keep them, you know, they're a warm water, you know, turtle coming from South America. If you have the space and the ability to keep them, I definitely recommend them for sure. All right, so this is one of my females here that I have had for almost 20 years now, and she is laying some eggs. Ooh, quite a few too. Look at that, she dug a nice deep hole and she's packing them in. And she lays some big clutches. I had this female one time, I think, lay 9 eggs, maybe even 10 eggs. I think it was 9 eggs and 1 small egg. But she's my girl. I've had her since she was about half the size, and yeah, she's just dropping those eggs and shifting them around, packing them in, and then, you know, she moves them out of the way for the next one to drop. She's doing her job well. I knew with the weather change today and the biometric pressure dropping that she would definitely, not she, but some of my females would definitely be laying. So we have her. You can see there's Redfoots spread all in here, hiding in the weeds. Some walking over there. This is a really big enclosure. There. Some more over there. Over here. This is my first male Redfoot I ever, or my first male, but my first Redfoot I ever got. He's an old guy, but he still gets the job done, and he's a great pet. Grass is pushed down here like someone dug a nest. And they did. Look at that. I just found the nest. And the grass is very loose. Small eggs. And that's a big clutch. I can feel at least 4 or 5. And the ground is like perfect for them here. It's easy for them to dig into. Not a ton of rock. Very sandy. At my old property there was a lot of coral rock, probably because it was closer to the beach. There's 5 eggs. This is a nest. I literally just walked by and said, that looks like a nest right there, like somebody stomped the grass down. And look at this. 6. 7. All right, that's a 7 egg clutch right there. And I could also tell because the dirt was all kind of spread out and the pine needles were pointing up. But this grass right here was like up in the air earlier today, and it was completely flattened out. I've learned that they like to lay in these big mounds of grass. So cool, 7 eggs there. And I got another female digging, but she keeps being bothered by one of my males. I might block her off with some wood or something so she can do her thing. But I'm gonna shut the camera down real quick just to move these eggs without dropping any. All right, so I moved the eggs out of the way. And still got some pumpkin out here they threw in. So female, checking up on her. Look at that. She dropped like 2 or 3 more eggs and filled it in. She might have maybe 1 more to go. I've always loved this girl just because of the yellow pattern she has on her neck, and it's hard to see with the grass in the way, but she's got some beautiful neck color. And let's check up on what else is going on down here. So I was walking this way, stumbled upon that nest right there, and we got another female digging now. And this male is just staring at her while she's digging. I'm a little concerned she might not like this nest because she's on top of basically a giant tree root. If you see, like, on the middle of her belly there's a tree root there, but she's still digging away. She's getting pretty deep, so we'll see. It might work out for her. If not, she'll lay them probably tomorrow. But she's going at it. Just trying to keep the males away from bothering her. So yeah, good day on the Redfoot enclosure. There's a lot of Redfoots in here now. There's probably about 15 or so, but they have plenty of room. This enclosure is like 40 by 50 just for the Redfoots. So she's digging away over here, and hopefully the tree root doesn't bother her and she drops the eggs. It'll be great. So while we have all these Redfoots laying eggs, we also have some Redfoots hatching. Let's see here, gotta be gentle because we got quite a few eggs on this tray here. Some are YellowFoots, some are Redfoots. So this clutch right here from 8-11 looks like they're all hatching, except for this one. This one might not be good, but I'd say it's probably good. But all right, this little one's completely out, so I'm gonna put it on some damp paper towel. This one's completely out as well. Move that over. Sorry, not the best lighting right now. I guess I should have turned the light on before I filmed the video. Apologize. Throw these eggs out. So we got another egg pipping here. See that? The shell's coming apart. This one will probably be out by later this evening. And that leaves us with these 2 eggs left. And you know, I know these ones are very developed because I've been candling them, and something that will just help them hatch is just by giving them, beginning incubation, you don't want to spray your eggs directly like this. You could develop mold, cause the eggs to go bad. A lot of things could happen, but when you know these eggs are about to hatch, a little bit of water, because a lot of the times species like these, especially redfoots, they hatch when the rain comes. So a little bit of water, a little bit of movement from their clutch mate rubbing up against them, and that triggers them to start hatching. So just get them a little damp, and yeah, so probably have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one's definitely good. So that's 5. So either 5 or 6 more babies hatching. They're not bad. So my female that I've had for 20 years, or just shy of 20 years, finished laying. You could see this is the nest here. She covered it up with pine needles. They're just so good at disguising the nest that if you didn't really know what to look for, you would have no clue. So let's see how many she laid. I'm gonna say 7, but I'm shooting kind of high. But the last clutch that I just dug up was 7, so maybe we'll get 7 again. No. Come on. That's a different female. All right. 2. Of course, she's curious on what's happening. She's looking for food. Okay, 3 eggs. She's took a big nest. Alright, 4. I guess I shot a little high there. Hoping for 7, but you know what? 4 is definitely good enough for me. Perfect. Nice and easy to dig up. Nice and easy to cover back up. I got my male in between my legs. He wants to know what's going on over here. Move all the dirt back into place. Grab those 4 eggs. So we got 11 in total so far. Let's see what's going on here with this female. Of course, this male is right on top of her. Come on, buddy. Looks like she either laid and is covering it up, or she's abandoning the nest. Probably abandoning the nest because she's being bothered so much, but we'll see. We'll check back in a little bit. Move this male out of the way. She's got that leg in there like she's moving an egg around, but we'll see. So cool. Great day so far. So she's all set. Look at this. I think this I gotta cut this branch out right here. This is what messed her up. That trying to lay and not being able to get her butt, for lack of a better word, down into the dirt properly, made her not be able to dig the nest deep enough, because I can see the eggs sticking out of the dirt. So it looks like she laid quite a few. I got 1, 2, and these are big eggs too. And she's got a big body. 3, 4. Wow. These are all big too. 5, 6, 7. Looks like I should have guessed that on the last. I should have, my guess from the last clutch should have been the guess for this clutch. Oh, 8. Ooh, that's a funky one. It's got a little nipple on it. I've seen that before though. Whoa, 9. Could we hit 10? Nope, looks like 9, but wow, I will take it. 9 eggs plus 11, that's 20 eggs right there. Oh, there's another one. I did hit 10. My Lord, she spread those eggs out all over the place. 10 eggs in one clutch. Dig around and make sure there's no more. I broke the stick off that was stopping her from being able to dig down deep enough. Alright, now I got my hands full. I'm gonna have to get a box. Wow. Got some beautiful YellowFoot hatchlings here. They're a little bit dirty from the substrate, but they are thriving. They've been eating greens and cactus and hibiscus leaves like crazy. These are for sale. I got to put them up on the website. Just wanted to show you guys. They're gorgeous. So yesterday we got 21 eggs from the Redfoots over in the other enclosure. This is my second Redfoot enclosure, and I got one of my old females. This is a long-term captive import, and she's digging away, digging a deep nest, and she knows what she's doing. They you know, they're not only excavating the dirt, but they're also kind of packing the side walls of the cylinder shaped nest, the cavity, with their foot. As they're pulling their legs up, they're rubbing up against the sides and packing that dirt in so it remains like a cylinder, and then they fill it up with the eggs, and then they put the layer of dirt on top, and that way it's nice and easy for the babies to just get out of the nest with that cap of dirt right on top. As soon as it starts raining, after they've been incubating for 90 to 120 days, that rains, and the babies will just one by one come pouring out of the ground. Basically, it's pretty cool. So we'll see how many eggs we get from her. And this little cool front we've had, I mean, it's not really a cool front. I mean, for anybody who lives outside of Florida, it's 82 degrees right now, but there's no humidity, so it feels like it's 72 degrees. So I'm gonna let her do her thing. Just doing my rounds, feeding some tortoises and turtles, and figured I'd get this on film. Okay, we are back out here. The female Redfoot is done laying. It's funny, this spot right here, this big ball of grass, I've dug up 3 nests in this spot in the past 2 weeks or a week and a half. But as you saw yesterday, we got 3 clutches, 21 eggs total, which was nice. And now we'll see what we got here. I know she dug this hole deep. She took a long time. She's a careful mama. She really took her time. There they are. I was like, am I losing my mind? Because I saw her lay at least 1 egg. There we go. There's the white. All right, so we got 1 egg there. This could be a 1 egg nest. Who knows? She dug a big hole. Okay, there's 2nd egg. Nice size eggs. Alright, looks like a small clutch here. 2 eggs. But you know what? I'm grateful for any eggs I get, and this might just be her first clutch. Usually with Redfoots, their first clutch of the season will be typically smaller, and as the clutches go on, they get bigger. As many know, if you don't know, Redfoots will lay as many as 6 clutches. The average is about 3 to 4. I have 1 or 2 females that lay 6 clutches in a season. But yeah, I'm just checking around to make sure I don't miss any. It looks like that is it. Cool. So 2 Redfoot eggs. 23 eggs in the past 2 days. Not bad at all. Cover this back up, this big mountain of dirt. We're gonna get these washed up and get them in the incubator. You know, anybody who hasn't seen before, I mark the eggs. I put RF for Redfoot, and I put the date laid, and I put them on either vermiculite or perlite on a 1-to-1 ratio in weight. So whatever the weight is of the vermiculite in the container, then I add the same amount of weight in water and mix it around, and that gets you through about 90 to 120 days with enough humidity. All right, packed in. Cool, 2 big eggs. All right, everybody, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. It's been a big 2 days of egg laying with the Redfoots. We got 23 eggs in total, which is pretty nice. The cherry heads should start laying any day now as well, and I'm excited about that. I always love hatching them out too, and then we'll have my Florida box turtles will start laying as well. If you also are interested, the holidays are coming up. We have RedFoot Hatchlings, YellowFoot Hatchlings, Hermans in all sizes, pardalis leopards, Chinese box turtles. I have 1 Eastern box turtle, I spotted turtle hatchlings, a little bit of everything. I try to keep the website as up to date as possible, so check it out. And also, most importantly, please remember to hit that like, subscribe, and the bell notification so you see future episodes. And look at that beautiful sky up there. It's about 78 degrees. It's like perfect weather out right now. The sun's getting ready to go down. It's the only thing I don't like about this time of the year is the sun going down so early, you know, going from like getting dark at 8 o'clock to 6 o'clock. But it's all good. So thank you for tagging along, and we'll see you soon.